Hi, YouTubies! It's me, Zachary Michael. Also, hello, hi. How are you doing? I had to really stop myself from saying Lisa's "Hello, my friends. Hello, my family." I had to really stop myself from that because, well, you're not my friends and you're not my family. But I do appreciate you all being here. I love to kid. I love a joke. I love a joke, and I'm happy y'all are here. So thanks so much for being here. Today we are back with the one, the only Mandy from Managing the Maze. Miss Mandy, Samanda. She's back, better again. Now I thought, we do frequently turn on our Coco Melon. That's her. She's our Coco Melon. She's Coco Melon for the Zachary Michael Twitch channel. Like, we like to turn her on just to watch her. We can't get enough. But sometimes I worry we watch her too often. But I went and looked earlier before we started the recording today. I went and looked, and it's been since February 12th since we last watched Miss Mandy May from Managing the Maze. It's so funny that her channel isn't even called Managing the Maze anymore, but it sticks with you, you know? It really does. So it's been a long time. I mean, there's tons of content that she's put out for us to watch. What I think is so fascinating, and I might have to make the screen just a touch smaller so you can really... I mean, it might be hard to see on Twitch, but will probably be easier to see on YouTube on the playback. But here's the thing that I think is so fascinating, okay? And I've said this before, this isn't news, but why is every title the exact same thing over and over again? And right now, the phrase that she seems to be stuck on is, your family will go crazy for, okay? So her most recent video she posted a day ago was 10 delicious sandwich recipes your family will go crazy over. Oh wait, does that say the word drool? Drool-worthy recipes. Drool-worthy recipes. This one, which I think is the one we're going to watch today, is 5 mind-blowing dump-and-go crock-pot recipes your family will go crazy over. 10 mind-blowing Easter recipes you will go crazy over. Just you, not your family. Just you, not your family. 10 mind-blowing chicken recipes you will go crazy over. Oh, this one's different. 5 mind-blowing box cake mix recipes you must try. Okay, so she took a break. She took a break there for that one. 5 mouth-watering spring recipes you will go crazy over. Simple, S-U-M-P-L-E. Simple and easy meal ideas for spring. Simple and easy. Oh god, I got hair in my mouth. Simple and easy. Don't feel like cooking? Make these. 6 amazing recipes to make when you don't feel like cooking. Lazy mom meals. Okay, that one's fine. Best meatloaf ever. You must try. Okay, so she stopped using it for what? 1, 2, 3 videos. But then there's 6 new amazing crock-pot recipes you will go crazy over. Like, why are we trying to go crazy? Diva, I'm trying to stay sane. I don't need your dump and go meals to make me crazy. All right? We're trying to be at peace. We're trying to be at peace. But yeah, I was kind of curious about, is it a sandwich? But I really feel like for the purposes of what we're doing here, we need to get back to the dump and go. It's been too long. The mind-blowing dump and go at war with my affexor. Who will win? The secret spice is MDMA. Make me content with my dump and go, please. Okay. Crazy simple dumps to make your family drool, not clickbait emotional. Cream cheese and shredded cheese makes Mandy go crazy. I think so. So we're gonna watch this one. Ooh, girl. Ooh, girl. Ooh. Ooh, girl. And should we wait? Willow, what? Willow Davis. I just clicked over and saw this. Gay. Wait, what is GBV? Gay boy volleyball? Gay boy volleyball? Gay boy vibes? That is me playing beach volleyball last summer. Embarrassing, I know. Gay beach volleyball. Okay, I got it. I got it, divas. All right. I think for all intents and purposes of, for old time's sake, we should do a how many recipes will have cream cheese, okay? Now, there's 5 mind-blowing dump-and-go recipes for there to be cream cheese in. So keep that in mind. You have 2 minutes to participate in this prediction. Get into it. That shit from a butt. Oh, you were talking about what you could see from her video before I clicked over. So anyways, you have 2 minutes to participate in the prediction. If you've already watched the video or or whoever, whatever, please don't vote. That's called cheating. I can't stop playing with my fidget chip clip. Also, I might need to get up, and there's like you might need to close the curtains. There's like a little sliver of sunlight coming in. Also, if you're ready to get the reaction started, we're multitasking today. I'm going to close the curtain. You're going to participate in the prediction. And then if you're ready to get the party started, put some 69s in the chat. Oh, the sun. The sun, divas. The sun. Nobody wants to put any bets on 0? Nobody wants to put any bets on 0? Oh my god, the gag if she doesn't have any cream cheese at all today and nobody wins. That would be crazy. That'd be so crazy. What is this? What is she doing? You see her. We know Mandy enough not to pussy her. Well, somebody just went in on 0. Somebody just put some points in on 0 because there's some points there now. Fuck it. I'll be brave. I know that's right, Katla. Thank you so much for being brave. Nobody wants to be brave anymore. Nobody wants to, put themselves out there. All right. The prediction's over. The 69s are in the chat. So let's get to. That's giving, y'all are being so mean. That's giving meatballs. It's giving frozen meatballs with probably a packet of gravy. That's what that's giving to me.
Y'all know I love a good crock-pot meal.
Can y'all hear?
What is easier than just dumping it all in a crock-pot, setting it in.
Now what is that?
Well, today's video is packed full of my top
now what
5
is that?
crock-pot recipes. Hey y'all, I'm Sammy.
That's
and
Meatloaf.
To my kitchen.
We have absolutely watched her make meatloaf in the crock pot before. I think. She's kind of quiet. Can I turn her up? I sure can. Thank you so much for that feedback. Sammy Sam 83, first time chat. Hi, hello.
Now let's go cook. And we're going to start out with a pizza pasta casserole. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on this one.
You don't want to miss out on it. You might have missed out on it in 12 other crock-pot videos I made, but you don't want to miss it here. We also didn't get the fun little intro. We didn't get the little intro where she's like, it's giving reused content a little bit. It is. It is giving reuse. Like, I think sometimes when she doesn't have time to make a proper video, she'll just compile clips from other videos that she's already made and do voiceovers.
Easy. So I have 1 to 2 pounds of ground beef in this bowl right here that's already been ground up. I dumped in an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, and then I'm going to add in a 6-ounce can of tomato.
Ooh, Jamie the expert over here, giving us the expert tip. The expert tip, watch to see if her nails change. Okay. All right. I'm on the lookout. She's got red maroon ones here.
Paste. And make sure you get all of that out of those cans, y'all. You don't want to waste nothing. Now, to that mixture, we're going to take a 24-ounce can of your favorite marinara sauce. I'm using the Prego. And
if we're just going to dump and go all of this into the Crock-pot, all of my gripes with Miss Mandy are always the same. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. All of my gripes are the same. But is this really a dump and go? You know what? Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. That's the theme here, okay? Cocoa melon. Cocoa melon. Either this isn't a dump and go, or she's dirtying a dish for no reason. I imagine it's not going to be a dump and go, because I think I saw that it had pasta in it, and she always cooks the pasta separately, so it's absolutely not a dump and go.
They only have 23 ounces, but
if she can repeat content, you can repeat complaints. Amen. Say that. Actually, let's just pin that. Let's just pin that in the chat. We're just gonna pin that in the chat for a bit, okay? If she can repeat content, I can repeat my complaints. Fucking men.
It does call for 24, but it'll be fine. You'll just give that a good mix together, and your ground beef doesn't have to be hot or freshly browned. I actually had that frozen and then just thawed it out.
Okay.
Once you have that mixed
look at that pool of fucking Pam.
Together, you'll spray an 8-quart crock pot with some non-stick cooking spray. And I cooked up 16 ounces of rotini pasta. Just according to that box, we're going to dump about a third of that pasta into the mix. And
I do fear a poa ring could be on the way with all of that sprayed Pam on the bottom.
Add about a third of the sauce right over the top of it. And y'all know I got to come in here and spread it out a little bit.
I know you do.
Everything is nice and covered. Now, once you have that spread out, we're going to take some chopped up pepperonis.
I love pepperoni.
I just took 1 package of pepperonis and chopped all of them up.
I love
put
pepperoni.
About a third of those over top of everything as well.
Rotini's one of my favorite shapes. That's a good choice. Like, what pasta shapes are your faves? I think rotini would be up there. But to be honest, I love a shell. I love a shell. I love a lot. There's not a pasta noodle shape that I dislike, to be honest with you.
And then we got some mozzarella cheese. This is 2 cups of mozzarella cheese that I've shredded up.
I would say maybe penne might be my least favorite. Because how boring.
You will put about 3/4 of a cup on there.
But I'm not going to turn away some penne.
So you just put about a third of the cheese. Then you'll do the same thing, and we're just going to repeat those layers until you are all done with the noodles, sauce, cheese, and pepperonis. And then once you get to the top of that, you'll make everything look all pretty and fancy. Now,
do the SpongeBob craft shapes count? I think so. Sure, why not? I'm intrigued that she just said that she's gonna make the top all pretty, because I think we already saw the top, and it was not a pretty top. And if there's somebody that knows a lot about tops, it's me, Zachary Marie.
Y'all gotta tell me, what is your favorite crock-pot dish in the comments below? I would love to know.
I don't have to tell you anything.
And if you're liking today's video, make sure you hit that like button.
Cavatappi.
Press that red subscribe button too. And if you've already done that, just make sure you're still subscribed to me, because We're having some issues, a little bit of technical difficulties, but I would love to have y'all as part of my YouTube family, and I know y'all don't want to miss any more difficulties. Make sure you're still subscribed to me because we're having some issues, a little bit of technical difficulties, but I would love to have y'all as part of my YouTube family, and I know y'all don't want to miss any more yummy recipes like these.
What kind of technical difficulties are you having that requires people to subscribe? Is she trying... You know, I think there is always a thing that happens, I think, for a lot of YouTubers where people tell them that they're, like, getting unsubscribed and stuff. I don't know how real that is or isn't. Really, truly. Like, I don't know that I've ever been unsubscribed from a channel without me knowing it, so I'm always, like, a little suspicious of that. But also I've seen a lot of people say that they got unsubscribed to people's channels and stuff, so maybe YouTube is out to specifically get Mandy for managing the maze.
So make sure.
You know, she might have a better chance at getting people. And, like, this is honestly, truly just, like, 100% advice that she doesn't have to take, nor did she ask for. But, like, I really do think if her videos had more personality, and, like, showcased more about who she is and wasn't just, like, this, like, engagement farm type of content. Because that's really what this is. Like, she's just putting out the same exact stuff over and over and over and over and over again. With the same titles, the same, like, very similar, like, thumbnails, etc. It's like, there's no special it factor, right? Like, yeah, you're gonna maybe get people who search, like, crock-pot recipes, dump and go recipes, etc. that might click on a video or two, but it's not gonna keep them coming back. And that's, like, the kind of audience you want to grow. Amara, thanks so much for 25 months of subscribing. Appreciate it. Also, yeah, Jamie, if everything is mind-blowing, then nothing is. If everything will make your family go crazy, then nothing will. You know? That is also not lost on me.
Sure you tap that subscribe button and become part of my YouTube family. It's totally free and I would love to have y'all. Now, this is the top of the pasta where I said we'd finish it off with, you guessed it, mo cheese, mo better. And then we're going to sprinkle...
I forgot about mo cheese, mo better. I forgot about mo cheese, mo better. Bring the bloopers back, Mandy. Honestly, truly, I think I said this one time when we watched the bloopers. Like, were the bloopers somewhat kind of cringe sometimes? Yes. But also, did they showcase so much more of who she was as a person than any of her other content? Also that.
Well, the rest of the pepperonis right over the top. Now, you could always use, like, the mini pepperonis, but y'all, you get more bang for your buck if you buy the package of pepperonis and just slice them up. So, put that lid on that crock pot and set that on low.
It looks so pretty. It looks so pretty.
2 to 4 hours.
That pulled up grease, that's so pretty. Also, I would say no poa ring. There's no poop ring here, divas.
You could do it on high for about 1 to 2 hours.
Maybe, like...
Once that has cooked up, you'll see...
It's, like, maybe edging a little bit over here, but I would say no poop ring.
If that cheese is nice and melty and everything is perfectly cooked together, everything is heated up, the meat's heated up, and y'all, this is... so good.
I mean, I'd eat
flavors,
it.
Really pack a punch. And then to serve it, I just put a little bit of parsley or basil right over the top.
What do you know about edging?
And it was perfect for a busy weeknight where you didn't want to have to stand over that stove and cook. Now, would y'all just look at this? The cheese on this, the flavors on this are just make your mouth water good. So definitely give this one a try.
What flavors would you be referring to here?
I promise you won't be disappointed.
I'd eat it though.
Now, moving right along, we all love the beef and cheddars and everything that you can get from Arby's, but why not make them at home? So
beef and cheddar, you know. You know what beef and cheddars make me think of? And she needs to make a comeback to YouTube yesterday, okay? She needed to come back to YouTube, like, literally yesterday, but 50 Shades of Mom. She would make homemade beef and cheddars for her family at least once a week. Because she would always share what her meal plan was for the weeks. I miss her. 50 Shades of Mom, if you're out there, come back to YouTube. We miss you, Diva. Honestly, very tempted to do a rewatch of like the first episode of 50 Shades of Chicken, just so that we have it on the like re-upload channel. Because I miss 50 Shades of Mom.
In this crock pot, I do have it sprayed with some nonstick olive oil spray. I put about a quarter.
Is she the one that kept getting scammed? Yes. She got scammed, unfortunately, quite a few times.
A cup of diced onions in the bottom.
What is...
About two.
Is that just like fascia? Is that ice? That's not mold, is it? That's not mold. That's just ice, right?
Half-pound chuck roast going in there, and I'm going to season it up with this wood-fired garlic by Kinder's and some all-purpose seasoning.
No, Lisa, Mona was correct. 50 Shades of Mom got scammed, and like we watched her scam videos as well.
By Kinder's. Once you have that good and seasoned up, you might as well just throw in a little bit of buttery steakhouse.
You mark as well.
Know I love me some Kinder seasoning, and I love to season with my heart. So once you have all the seasonings on there, we're going to take about another quarter cup of onions and throw them right over the top. You can dice them up or slice them, but I just diced mine. And then we're going to take
She really upgraded from Badia to Kinder's. I think she's always done a little bit of both. I think
1 cup of water and 1 package of the beefy onion soup mix. Mix that together in a large measuring cup, and then just pour that all over the top of this roast.
Okay.
Once you have that poured in there, you're gonna take your favorite barbecue sauce.
Oh wait, her nails are the same. I forgot to check on the. Wait, this is only the second recipe. Her nails are giving the same.
I love the Kinder's hickory brown sugar. Well, all of the Kinder's barbecue sauces.
Okay, but there's a barbecue sauce on an Arby's beef and cheddar, is there?
Right over the top of that roast, just so it could have some of that flavor while it's cooking, because you need to reserve some for your bun after you put it together.
Okay.
Pop that lid on it and let that cook on low for about 8 to 10 hours. The longer
I haven't had an Arby's beef and cheddar in a minute.
It's going to be, and
really,
you're going to see right here.
This is a small but mighty poop ring. For those of you that are new, the poop ring is what comes up on the edge of the toilet, and by that I mean this crock pot when Mandy cooks.
Tongs and kind of break that meat up and just shred it. Now I do go through and pick out the little fatty pieces, because nobody wants that on their sandwich.
Nobody
not
does.
In my opinion, anyways.
You're so
but
right,
then
Diva.
You'll take your little meat masher right there and just make sure it is nice and shredded. Pop that on an onion bun. Put you.
No, Diva, why? The way that doesn't look like any beef and cheddar I've ever had at the Arby's. I mean, here's the tea. Would I eat this? Probably. It doesn't. My confusion, the state of confusion on my face, is like that doesn't look like any Arby's beef and cheddar I've had. She meant literally beef and also cheddar. Yeah, also, why does the cheese look like that? Why does the cheese look so hard? I imagine it's from like a hard block of cheddar cheese and not like the cheddar cheese sauce that Arby's puts on it. It's the Temu version. Imagine you could order Arby's beef and cheddars off of Temu. Imagine. But did someone chew the end off? That's a great question. You should probably go and ask. No one mentioned Arby's? What do you mean no one mentioned Arby's? It don't gotta look like Arby's. She said Arby's! She was the one that called it Arby's! Did she not? Am I making that up?
Now, moving right along, we all love the beef and cheddars and everything that you can get from Arby's, but why not?
We all love the beef and cheddars and everything you can get from Arby's. I was like, I didn't just make up this, did I? Am I just making shit up in my head? She's the one that put that vision into my head. She's the one. I wouldn't have compared it to the Arby's if she hadn't brought up Arby's to begin with. And the next sentence was but instead. Was it really? Also, I should put captions on. I don't know.
And cheddars and everything that you can get from Arby's, but why not make them at home? So in this
the next sentence was, but why not make them at home? No, I'm kidding. Colin, you're trolling me, Diva. You're trolling me. He's trolling, Your Honor.
Cheddar cheese on that and drizzle it with some more barbecue sauce. And would you just look?
It's so
at
wet.
Those beef and cheddar sandwiches, y'all.
These
were amazing. Wet. Definitely a crowd pleaser. And I just paired it with some simple macaroni salad, and that was supper, and it was delicious.
I haven't been to a barbecue in a second. I could go for some good macaroni salad or some good potato salad, or both.
Next up, we are gonna make some Salisbury meatballs right in the crock-pot.
Salisbury
meatballs.
So
yummy. So I used the Walmart brand homestyle meatballs. I got a 32-ounce bag.
Just gagged at the wet of the bottom. Now, be nice to bottoms, Smelling Kellen. Sometimes bottoms get wet.
Here, we're going to pour these into an 8-quart sprayed crock pot. And I just used the non-stick olive oil spray.
Also, I would say that last recipe was giving dump and go. It was just the first recipe that wasn't really giving dump and go to me so far.
I take a half a cup of diced onions, add that right on in there, and I like using the sweet yellow onions. And we're going to take 1 can. I believe this is a 12-ounce can.
Listen, this is just a personal preference. Just a personal preference. I hate mushrooms, period. End of story. But don't even think about coming at me with one of these canned mushrooms. Okay? Don't even think about coming at me with one of them canned mushrooms. I used canned mushrooms the other night and thought of you, Zach. You have associated me so closely with canned mushrooms. You thought about me when you used them. Fascinating. Brother, ugh. Brother, ugh.
Sliced mushrooms. This is totally optional. You can always leave it out.
I would just leave the mushrooms out.
Steakhouse
I really would.
Tenders going over the top, along with some buttery garlic and herb seeds.
Just like you can just look at the mushrooms from the can and know the texture ain't right. You could just look at them and know the texture ain't right. I'm just saying. All you gotta do is look at them.
Seasoning by Kinder's. And season with your heart, y'all. Y'all know I love my seasonings. And of course,
y'all
I gotta
know.
add in some garlic powder and some onion powder. Now, I use about a teaspoon of
Why are they in the meatballs? Well, she's making Salisbury meatballs.
Of these. Then we're going to add in about 1 to 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce.
There's been no cream cheese yet.
But I probably used about 2 tablespoons. Next, you'll take 2 packets of brown gravy mix with 2 cups of water. Mix that together and then just pour that all over the top of your meatballs and your onions and your mushrooms.
Sure.
And you do not stir it. You just pop that lid on that crock pot.
Is this supposed to be a spin on Salisbury steaks? I guess she called it Salisbury meatballs.
Set that on low for 4 hours. It can't get any easier than this, and I promise you, you're going to fall in love with these.
I don't think so.
They are just so full of flavor.
I don't think so.
And if you don't want to use the frozen meatballs, you could always make your own and then just put those right in there after browning them up and getting the fat off of them.
The color looks putrid.
Pop them in
the
there
mushrooms
and do the
look
same
putrid.
thing. Now, I like to give these a good old mix just to make sure that brown gravy mix is nice and incorporated.
Honestly, I would probably take her advice of just leaving the mushrooms out.
and all those meatballs are covered, and I just served them over some homemade mashed potatoes.
Ooh.
I have shared my recipe.
You got time to make homemade mashed potatoes? But we can't cut up some homemade mushrooms. Some fresh mushrooms.
Be 1,000 times on here, but I will link it down below. And I just popped them right over top of some taters and covered it with some parsley.
Honestly, I'd eat it. Just take out the mushrooms. If the mushrooms are in there, I'm not doing it.
Decorated it with some parsley. And that was supper this night, and it was absolutely mouth-watering. Now, this one is by far gotta be my favorite meatloaf. It's a Crock-pot crack meatloaf.
You know what? It's a true return. It's a true return to Mandy when she's out here naming recipes after crack. You know, a drug that has majorly impacted many people in the country. This is not my particular beef just with Mandy. Like, this is just my beef with, like, these quote unquote crack recipes are all over the internet, okay? Like anything that people want to say, like any recipe that people want to like pawn off as being like mildly addictive in some kind of way, they'll call such and such crack recipe. Very Pinterest recipes. But I think also for the savory ones, because I can only think of like one non-savory like crack recipe I've seen, and it was like some kind of like Christmas toffee brittle thing. And usually the savory ones seem to have some kind of combination of chicken bacon ranch and maybe cream cheese. So like, don't they call it $1 million when it's sweet? Well, there are like the $1 million recipes, and then there's also the Marry Me recipes. Which, honestly, truly, I bought some ingredients to make, so there's like a really popular recipe that's called Marry Me Chicken, and I bought the recipes once upon a time to make Marry Me Chickpeas, which was just like a vegetarian version of it. And I still haven't made it. I literally bought like sun-dried tomatoes for it and like chickpeas and stuff like that, and like just chilling in my pantry. I never made it. There's a dessert a friend of mine brought to Passover called matzo crack, but that's because you literally crack it. Well, see, Betsy, that's a different vibe. That's a different vibe, diva. I feel like if you have to censor the word crack in your video, you probably shouldn't be calling it that. Yeah, it's not lost on me that she spells crack in this CRAXK. Like, why? Like, we can't call this chicken bacon ranch meatloaf? Because that's probably what this is, right? There's bacon back there. There's ranch packet here. Surely that's all, like, that's what we're making here, is a chicken bacon ranch meatloaf. Well, I guess I don't know. That's ground beef. So I guess maybe you can't call it chicken bacon. Maybe you can call it bacon ranch meatloaf. Girl, I don't know. There better be cream cheese in the crack. I'm thinking that might be what this little container is here. I don't know why. I don't know why it's in that container, but I'm thinking that could be cream cheese. Even just delicious crock-pot meatloaf would more than suffice. Yeah. Why not call it meth loaf if you want to call it a drug? Winnie K. Yeah, I just like I don't understand the fascination with naming these recipes after like an actual like substance that many people have problems with, but here we are. Here we are.
Gotta be my favorite meatloaf. It's a Crock-pot crack meatloaf, and all that is just a chicken bacon ranch. So I've got 2 pounds of.
Is that not what I just said? And is that not what I just said? So you could just call it chicken bacon ranch meatloaf. Okay. All right.
Ground beef, in a bowl. And I'm going to take the caramelized onion burger seasoning by Kinder and add about a tablespoon of that. We're going to take 1 packet of the dry ranch mix right into the mix here.
My grandma calls hers Meatloaf, but it's allowed because she went to prison for cooking meth. The lore drop in the chat. Where's the chicken? That's a great question, Diva. I don't know.
Now we're going to add in
it's the
eggs.
Egg. The egg is the chicken.
And we are going to take 1 cup or 8 ounces of sour cream. And we're going to take 1.5 cups of shredded
Oh, that was sour
cheese.
cream,
now,
not cream cheese.
Cheddar, and 1/2 to 3/4 cup of bacon into that mixture.
Okay.
And I'm going to add in 1 to 2 teaspoons of ground black pepper and 1 sleeve of saltine crackers that I just crushed in the package by hand. And then I'm going to use the tools the best tools God ever gave you. Let me rephrase that.
Please.
And I'm just going to mix this until everything is combined, but I don't want to over mix it because I don't want it turning out dry. So into my 8-quart crock pot, I'm going to take some olive oil spray, and I just sprayed that down. And now I'm going to take my meatloaf mixture and just press that right into the crock pot. Now you
red nails. Yeah, I think these are the same nails that she's had the whole time. These are the same nails that she's had the whole time. This is why I don't make meatloaf. Meatloaf is a fascinating concept, but I won't lie, I did like eating it as a kid. I really did.
You can use
I haven't had
ground
meatloaf
chicken,
in recent
ground
history.
turkey, or whatever meat you want to use in this. I just like ground beef. I do love me some ground chicken and turkey too, and it works fine with them. Same time, same temperature, same.
Yeah, she's lying about the chicken. She said this is basically a chicken bacon ranch recipe. No, this is a beef bacon ranch recipe. For some reason, my brain couldn't finish it.
Ingredients. Cook this on low for 6 hours. Now you could probably check on it in about 5, but mine cooked up perfectly for 6 hours, and it turned out
6 hours
beautifully.
is crazy.
As you can see right here, I did go ahead and drain the grease.
First of all, there's a poop ring. Second of all, it is sitting in a puddle of beef piss
and stuff that comes out from that cheese and the meat. And I put it, of course, I took it out of the crock pot and just kind of put it on a tray and sliced it up. But y'all,
like, yummy.
Of course, I took it out of the crock pot and just kind of put it on a tray and
yummy. Yeah. Yummy. Like, the fact that it's several different colors, I think, is the part that is, like, how are you going to be 50 Shades of Beige? 50 Shades of Brown? Sitting in a pile of grease. Why is it so purple? Now, girl, where do you see purple? Where do you see purple? It looks like it has corn in it. Oh, so you're saying it's giving poop. It's bruised looking. I guess I could see purple, like, down here, like right here. There, like, I could see purple there, maybe. Maybe a little purple up here.
It up, but y'all, oh, so good, and it's so full of flavor. And of course, some more mashed potatoes, because meatloaf and mashed potatoes are like peanut butter.
It looks like Shane Dawson's knees. Wait, Chunky Squirt Boy, do you have a picture of Shane Dawson's knees? If I Google image search Shane Dawson's knees. Oh, there's just pictures of him proposing to Ryland. I need to see his... Now, what is this? No. Oh god, his knees? Oh, here are his knees. Him and Ryland's knees. You don't need to see their head. I can see it here. Wait, should I zoom in to his knees here? Oh wait, does it? Can we not go in further? I can see it. I can see it. Yeah. Sure. Sure, of course. Of course. Somehow this makes me feel worse about the meatloaf. As it should. I think that's a reasonable response. I think that's more than a reasonable response, honestly. Yeah, truly. Truly. Alright, let me click off of this Shane Dawson content. Wait, there was one more picture that looked like it would be great to show. Wait, where did that go? Where did that go? Where did that go? Where did that go? Oh, did I lose it forever? Did I lose it forever? I think I lost it forever, divas. Nope, I didn't. Nope. I didn't. I found it. I found it. I don't know what he's doing. I think he's demonstrating where this meatloaf came from. Not Amber's last poop cloth saying, hear me out. Hear you out about what, diva? Wait, the back of the knee is also the meatloaf? Let's investigate. Is that giving meatloaf? Is that giving meatloaf? We're doing important investigative reporting over here today. It's CSI up in here. It's CSI. It's NCIS. It's Cold Case. It's Law and Order SVU. All right, let's keep going. We still have another recipe. It up, but y'all, oh, so good, and it's so full of flavor. And of course, some more mashed potatoes, because meatloaf and mashed potatoes are like peanut butter and jelly in my book. Some sliced up green beans, and that was supper this night. And you gotta look at all. Oh, should I pull up the knee again? Does it look more like a knee like this? Does it look better or worse when it's sliced up?
Of the flavor and texture in that meatloaf. You got the cheese, you've got the onions, the bacon bits, y'all. It will make your mouth water, and you will be begging for more.
Not the neat loaf. The Shane Dawson neat loaf.
I promise you, your kids are going to love this, and it's so easy to just throw in a crock pot on a busy morning, and
your family will go crazy for this.
Mix a few sides and roll with it, y'all. Now, this one is by far my absolute favorite, which is a chicken bacon.
Y'all are going to be so regretful for not saying 0 cream cheese recipes. But also interesting, Chunky Squirt Boy. Yeah, this is chicken bacon ranch tot casserole. We're not calling it crack. I thought you said the crack recipe was essentially just chicken bacon ranch. This arguably has more chicken bacon and ranch than the last recipe did, and we're not calling it crack. But also, we've seen her do so many versions of tater tot casserole.
Tot casserole. Oh my goodness, was this one good. So I got my 8-quart crock pot. I have sprayed it with some nonstick spray. I'm going to take 1 bag of hash rounds and put about 1/3 of those in the bottom, and we're going to do another layering job here with our flavors of food. We're going to add about a little bit of bacon bits, probably about 1/4 cup to the bottom of that.
Okay.
Along with about 1/2 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. I'm using the triple cheddar cheese, but you can use whatever cheese you wanted. We're going to take 2 pounds of chicken breast, and I just chunked those up. It's bone.
I think the names are just a result of her using other people's recipes. I mean, you're absolutely correct, Colin. That's certainly not a lie. That's certainly definitely the truth.
Skinless chicken breast, and I'm going to place that all over the first layer of the tots and bacon and cheese.
Oh, we're just we're doing raw chicken. I guess that's fine. I guess that's okay.
Once you have the chicken on there, we're going to season it up with some Badia black garlic.
I mean, I just the layers of raw meat are concerning, but we'll see.
Garlic, about a teaspoon of that.
I don't know. I think like it's reasonably okay. I think it's fine. Well, oh yeah, absolutely. You can cook raw chicken in the crock-pot. I do it all the time. That's not an issue. I'm just like, I think for me, it's the concept of the raw chicken just touching the tater tots, which is fine. It's all gonna cook anyways. And then it's like a matter of like, those tater tots are gonna be so soggy because there will be juices that come from the chicken, you know? I would think maybe at the very least put the chicken on the bottom, but no matter what, it's all going to be soggy, which I guess is also like the main texture of most of her foods anyway, so I guess she's maybe not concerned about that. You know what? You're right. It's fine. Put the raw chicken right in there, right on top of the tater tots. Who cares? Who cares?
1 teaspoon of the buttery garlic and herb seasoning, along with 1 teaspoon of the buttery poultry blend by Kinder's. I would highly suggest, if you can find these Kinder seasonings, to get them, because you won't be disappointed.
I know you do suggest them in every video.
Poultry blend right on top, and then we're just going to repeat these layers. Now this is the only layer of chicken. So you're just going to repeat the tater tots and the cheese and the bacon until you get to the top here. Once you get to the top with the last little layer of cheese, you just want to make sure you spread that out and get that all over all of the tater tots, and then sprinkle it with about a teaspoon or so.
She doesn't even give alternatives for those seasonings. Yeah, I do think it's interesting that all of her recipes require them these days, because it's like what's the solution? Not everybody has Kinder seasonings, you know, but it is what it is, honestly.
Of ground black pepper. Just do that to taste, y'all. You're going to take 3/4 cup of milk and make sure you drizzle that all over the mixture. This is going to keep
drizzle
that
it right on there, Diva.
Once you have that.
Wait, she said it's going to keep that moisture there. There's already going to be moisture. There's already going to be moisture from that chicken. What do you mean?
Milk poured in there. You will add the lid to your crock pot, and this goes on low for 5 hours.
She didn't even add that much milk to it.
4 to 6 hours, but mine was done in about 5. You'll take that lid off of that, and this has crisped up perfectly. Now,
look at that big old poop ring.
Put all the cheese on top of those tots. I just wanted enough to keep everything happy in there and for it to crisp up. So now
she said, let me scrape the burn up sides off down into the bottom.
We're going to take...
What is this, Woma? What is this? What is this? What am I looking at? So Woma edited Mandy's meatloaf onto Shane Dawson's leg. Oh, that's funny. That's so funny to me. Woma, thanks for being an all-star. You're so funny. You're hilarious.
another 8 ounces of cheese. I know y'all are thinking, oh my goodness,
this
is a lot of cheese, but y'all know my saying, mo cheese,
mo better.
So I took about another
she doesn't have nails! She doesn't have nails in this one. She doesn't have nails in this one.
And put that right over the top. And once you have that all spread out, all we're going to do is put the lid back on this, and the heat from the last 30 minutes of this cooking is going to melt that cheese perfectly. And it's going to be nice and ooey gooey like you see right here. Gooey. Y'all, this one was so good. I'm going to have to make it again very soon.
I know you're going to have to make it again very soon because you make some variation of this every 2 days.
Any child would absolutely love this recipe, so I hope you give it a try on your next crock-pot night because you're not going to regret it. It's a meal all together in one, and I just served it up with a little bit more shredded cheese, some ranch dressing.
More shredded cheese. Girl, I think there's plenty.
And of course, some parsley over the top. You could even add more bacon bits if you liked, but this one was perfect the way it was. And I just want to say Happy Resurrection Day or Happy Easter.
Oh,
and
this is Easter time. I hope you had a
very blessed Sunday, and thank you so much for coming back and watching another one of my videos.
Y'all played yourselves with the cream cheese today.
And I would be so honored to pray for you all.
Somebody's winning big.
God bless from my heart to yours. Love you.
Two people picked 0. Fog Machine and Katla. Katla put all of 20 points on 0 cream cheese recipes. Fog Machine put 3,024. And you know what? They're the winners. They're the winners. Congratulations, divas, for winning. Y'all did it. I'm so proud of you. You really did it. 141,000 points goes to those two. 141,000 points. Way to go. Nobody's doing it like y'all. Well, dang. Oh, maybe we'll end the YouTube stream on this photo. I thought I was pulling up my Twitch schedule, but this is better. This is better. This is a better way to end the YouTube recording. YouTubies, I hope you had fun today. Bye, YouTubies. Subscribe.